What is up, everybody? Getting bushy. Let's get set up. No Coca-Cola today. It's been a long day. Turn up the volume on this. Shoot. What's up, everybody? This is Thursday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is Unboxing Thursdays. I'm Kevin, aka Toying Around. As you can see here, this is a stack of toys that I've acquired in the last week since the last time I did this video. There's a reason that there's a pile behind me this high, because in a week's time I will get something like this, and I'll maybe open 1-2 things a week. So yeah, that's why there's such a backlog, hence the purpose of these videos every week. Just hang out, ask me some questions, we can open some toys, talk about all the stuff that happened in the last week. I mean, all the new Marvel Legends that were announced and the new pictures shown, all the Black Series that were shown today. And of course, the Legends Never Die shirt is available for pre-order, so if you head over to taxhf.ca, this shirt is available for pre-order until May 31st, after which it goes into production and it'll be shipped out to you. Mayfex Cyclops, I want to hear Mayfex Cyclops, man. I ordered it April 14th, and it said shipped on the tracking, and then nothing for like 4 weeks until May 24th. It said leaving or originating country of shipment. So it sat there for 40 days. And, you know, COVID, obviously, things happen. But, you know, on the 24th it shipped out, and then on the 26th it arrived here from Japan. So, like, that's crazy that it can get there in 2 days. Imagine if there wasn't this pandemic, I would have had it much earlier. So watching everyone in the States, all the reviewers and collectors in the States get theirs because they use DHL, and DHL somehow doesn't charge them duty in the States, but it's like guaranteed tax here in Canada when you use DHL. So had to avoid that, had to use EMS. A lot of talking. I don't know if you've seen the stories today, my IG stories, not stories in general. However, I hope to have a special guest on later today. If you don't know who it is yet, then you'll be in for a nice surprise if and when he joins, and I'm pretty sure he will. When I started this 2 weeks ago, I still have Jet Black Instruments, says I still have 2 months of orders stuck in Japan Post. They're coming through, man. Just, you gotta wait. So when I started this 2 weeks ago, I got the Fortnite abstract figure with the graffiti guy. And since then, I have acquired this $4, I think he's Eugene from the Shazam movie. And I've head swapped him, this head, onto the abstract body, swapped the hands out. And this is like a stand-in as a 1/12th version of me. This is what my hair would normally look like if the world hadn't gone crazy and it was okay to go out and get a haircut and not get diseases that'll kill you. And definitely not this mess that I call facial hair. Like, this would be it. So this is the closest stand-in. What I've been saying is that the hair is good. The generic Asian face, like, people normally wouldn't be able to tell the difference anyway. So this is my stand-in. It's cool. I wanted a street character for like backgrounds and stuff, but it turns out he worked really well. So I'm gonna do a series of ACBA shots of just me as this guy doing stuff. The samurai sword's kind of crooked, but I had to wedge out his hands. So now these are Shang-Chi hands, and you know how many hands Shang-Chi came with, so he can do a lot of stuff. And he's got double hands on the sword. He's got a cap shield on. I was just going through a whole pack of accessories that I had. But yo, on the list this week, we have the Black Series Probe Droid. Black Series Han Solo in the, is this a Mud Trooper? Mimban Mud Trooper costume. I never knew that he had all this gear. I always saw the promo pictures. The first one was just his stupid face in the helmet. I'm like, this is dumb. Why would anyone want this? So I passed it. But then I saw pictures that you can put on the, gas mask part, bring the goggles down, and it's a badass looking trooper. Like, all I had to do was swipe a few more in the promo pics and I would have seen how good it was. So I had to add that to the Imperial collection. That was from Sean. I got the Probe Droid from Northman Collectibles. Hey, Articulatrix, what's going on? Marvelous Nick, what's going on? Thanks for hopping on, buddy. And that's my fiance on there. Hey, boo. This dude right here. Man, what can I say? There's going to be a lot of ACBA guys. Or if you go on Toy Pops, there's going to be a lot of pervy pictures using this face. But that was his move, I guess. Hitting that guy's pressure point and knocking him down. Pow Pai Pai. Awesome. Even if you don't like Dragon Ball, he's such a cool character design. He's got the, yo, Chris, what's going on? The long Chinese traditional garments. And there's another piece here. Well, I'll open it later. Action figure. Yo, Akil, what's going on, man? I know why you're here. He's only here for one reason. He's here for the special guest. He's not here for me. Yeah. And of course, as mentioned, I've already sold all my Marvel Legends Cyclops, so I'm committed to this. I know a lot of people weren't feeling this. He's too bulky. His lats are too wide. This and that. I'm committed. That's how committed I am. Yes, Keel, I'm here for you. Thank you. And if we have enough time, this is the Sovereign Knight all-black Batman from the 2-pack with Black Mask. I didn't care about the Black Mask. I didn't care about a light-up suitcase. So I sold that to Tiny Pants Tailoring. He's got it. That's like a year ago. I haven't opened this yet either. So while we wait for the guest, I'm going to get started. When he hops on, I will switch it over to him, let him talk for a bit. But until then, oh, what else is good this week? I finally printed this Casey Jones mask. So I saved myself $30 from buying that NECA one. It's a little rough. I probably have to redo it, but that's pretty good, right? I don't think I would do a full Casey Jones cosplay, but if I did, it would be the office one where he goes into the office with a suit, but wearing this mask. So that's this week. In 3D printing, also, propane tanks. Call me Hank Hill, baby. If you need some of these, let me know. I know Marvelous Nick wants some. How do these scale? So here's me. Here's a propane tank. That's pretty good scale, right? Mask is sick. Thank you. Sandpaper it down. Don't reprint. No, like there's some really weak parts I have to add to it. And there's actual real blood. I cut myself, so that kind of adds to the whole Casey Jones motif. Like he gets into fights and there's old blood on it. I'm torn between Mafex and Mezco Gambit. Thankfully, don't have that problem. I'm not huge on Gambit. I'm good with the most recent Marvel Legends. But I understand the appeal. I also really like throwing playing cards at my friends when I was younger. So, that's about it. Alright, which one first? Han or Probe Droid? Who's first? You gotta save the good ones for the end. Alright, we're gonna go with Mud Trooper Han. If you don't know, this is Han Solo from the Han Solo movie. I open my boxes from the bottom. No, I'm not ditching all Marvel Legends for Mafex. or imports, just whatever fits. If it fits, it sits on my Legends shelf. Yeah, let's go real quick. I mean, I don't have any other imports, so this is all Legends. There's a select Cyclops in the background, and this is 3-pack Jean. I sold the 3-pack Cyclops to Aaron, and then the new Mafex is going to be here. I'm using this Wolverine, and then the other Wolverine battle damage just goes in here. And then I got select Sabretooth in the back, and Mezco Wolverine up front. Too close. Okay, so Mud Trooper Han. Helmet doesn't come off. That's alright. I don't really need it to. If he had a whole extra head underneath, that would have been cool. So you get the head goggles on there. You have this mask. Okay, that's pretty cool. So the mask goes on here, and these two tubes connect to the back. I'm going to do Cyclops next, I think. Alright, so we're going to plug that into the back. So far, so good. Yes. Okay, come on. That's good, right? Oh, and he had a cape. But of course. There you go. Okay, yeah, the cape kind of just sells everything together. Perfect. I'm not going to go through articulation. This is not a review. This is unboxing. Cape is nice. There's a lot of weathering down here. It's got a lot of, I guess it's a mud trooper. This is mud, but it's a little light to be mud. And he comes with one rifle. All right, recycle. Where's my drink? I also got to watch for time. Last week I ran out of time with Articulatrix, and I feel bad. But I had a really good time chatting. Yo. Next. Which one? Cyclops? Tau Pai Pai? Let's go Cyclops. I said Cyclops. Should I wait for Aaron? I know Aaron is undecided on opening. I feel like if I open it... Alright. Let me get Jean. I don't trust these Legends figures. So I have Jean on a stand. On the shelf. Let's bring this down. Drew, what's up, Drew? Drew tuned in just as I'm opening Cyclops, the very figure that he also just recently received. So it doesn't really help him much. Let's get another light this way. All right, I like this little callback to comic book setups, almost like the issue number, the month. Where'd I get that Bristol board? That Bristol board, I believe, was Walmart's a couple of years ago. It's got a nice gradient change, so you can use it for a lot of dusk-looking backgrounds, settings. All right, so out of the box, we've got your stand here, stuck at the bottom. Oh, you don't need to see the box. Akil goes, what's in the box? Okay, who's mad at this? First of all, who really gets mad at an action figure for their physique? But I get it. You paid $100 Canadian for these figures. You want it to be perfect. But my beef is not with the proportions. How do you get these off? And pull. My beef is with some of this paint. See up here, it's not the cleanest. If you look at it dead on, it looks fine. But then the blue kind of spills and bleeds a little bit onto the top of these. What are these? Are these knee straps? Does he have old man knees? That's what I need for ball when the next season starts. Head's loose. Okay, digging him so far. Here's him with Jean. Put her on the peg stand. It scales nicely together. Knockoff. They have knockoff Cyclops already? This is not a knockoff. I bought it from Ami. Alright. It's got a very, I don't know, low-key metallic blue, which is awesome. It doesn't really match that. Unfortunate, but, you know, it's understandable. The kneecap is a little bit lighter, like Sean just said. But yeah, you have a nice butterfly joints. This should be common in all Marvel Legends going forward. I don't know why they keep using Bucks with no butterfly joints. I'm loving this face sculpt. What I say about Marvel Legends all the time is you need emotion on your faces. Right? It's hard to do ACBA, and I don't have access to cutouts or make many cutouts. So it's hard to sell a photo with a Cyclops who's getting pissed and he's just looking like he's out to get the paper or something. So you have the angry kind of teeth clenching head here with the, I don't know, optic blast vapors, which is sick. Scott with the glasses, I'm good with that. Extra accessories is always awesome. You can have the unmasked head with this hanging around his neck. 2 different blast effects. This is like the 2 settings on my sprinkler, or the power washer. So you got 2 different adjustments. And it's good to have a Cyclops with extra hands. Not just one fist and one onward or visor release. But you get a left and a right of that hand, which I think Drew used to have Wolverine sniff his fingers. That was terrible. You have the 2-fisted hands on him, and you get 2 open hands, which is great. I'm happy with this. I'm happy that he can sit on my shelf, vanilla pose, next to Professor and Jean. Go check out Drew_Olive Instagram. He had that dirty Cyclops Wolverine pic. But yeah, I mean, I can't really hate on this. This belt is a little high. I'm not sure if that's intentional. I don't have any reference photos. But yeah, it's a comic book figure. His physique being a little bit buff, I mean, Cyclops is one of those dudes who's always like, we gotta train, and what happens if one day we don't have our powers? We gotta be able to still kick ass. So, you know, he's still fighting and training, weightlifting, doing moves and stuff. So he's not just gonna be a skinny little chump off the block, right? But man, I already sold my Cyclops, all my Legends ones, or else I would have a side-by-side here. But I would take this over the Legends any day. And if the Warlock Wave Cyclops is like 50, 60 Canadian, and this is 100 plus shipping, and you get these extra heads. Here, where can I put these? One. I mean, if you're a Legends collector and you wanted Cyclops with an optic blast, you had to customize it yourself. You have to buy the retro Cyclops, take off his face to get his visor with the effect, do all that stuff. I mean, if you're into doing that, go for it. I don't mind paying the additional just to get these heads and these effects. So these are like whitish here, and as it spreads out more, it gets red. They slip into one of the visors. Oh, and they're pretty sharp and pointy. I'm gonna do that later. I don't want to snap this on camera. Lord Supreme, which part of Canada are you from? I am in Ontario, Markham, Ontario. How about you? If you're a Canadian collector, don't forget to check out Northern Legends Facebook group on Facebook. You can meet a lot of cool people there. Buy, sell, trade your stuff. If you're a scalper, there's no need. However, it's a great community full of a lot of cool collectors, and I meet a lot of my. It's hard to find friends as an adult. It's usually due to mutual shared interests. So thanks to toys, I made a lot of new friends there. So it's pretty cool. I'm in Toronto as well. Sick. All right, Northern Legends Facebook group. So if you're in Toronto, check out Dollarama. These are $3. Look at this thing. You know how many Marvel Legends accessories are packed in now with a lot of figures? So I had a case of just extra hands and heads and weapons. That was just a big jumbled mess. So $3. You're gonna sort it out here. All of these are removable. All the horizontal dividers. So check that out, Dollarama. And that's where I'm going to have more accessories for my personal 1/12. Right? I'm just going to I have to make a bedroom diorama for him. So I can kind of use it for him. I can use it for like a Peter Parker, Spider-Man style setup. Yeah, so I have like a bedroom setup, and he can do stuff. I was thinking of having him and Shang-Chi figure just go on a series of adventures, and just fight people, fight Nazis and stuff. The options are limitless. Oh wait, since we are here, I forgot I had these. Aaron bought my 3-pack Cyclops, but he did not want the heads. So, this is Mayfix Cyclops with a Marvel Legends 3-pack Scott head. And, dude, works, right? Proportions look good. It sits on the neck. It's passable, maybe a little low. You can put a little sticky tack in there and get it to the right height of your liking. And then the other one... Why did I give him 2 different glasses? Doesn't make sense. I don't know. These Oakleys or the Ray-Bans? Anyway, it's really cool that, you know, they actually fit and they can switch. And then you can put that visor accessory around his neck here, put on a Marvel Legends head if you like. And I think it works great. Blah, slurred my words. Yo, what is next? 90s versus 80s for the glasses. I mean, I guess. Another one. Probe Droid. Star Wars Black Series, The Empire Strikes Back. A lot of Black Series stuff was announced today, so that's awesome. MC, what's going on, buddy? Hello there. Hello there. Speaking of hello there, Obi-Wan Kenobi lines. I was messaging the artist who does the artwork for the Black Series, Gregory Titus. He's on Instagram. He's a cool dude, and he's a cool dude because he replied to me. I totally didn't expect him to, but he's been doing the artwork for Black Series since forever until now that they're rebranding and revamping their whole packaging. So I just wrote that like, yo, thank you for all your work, like, and he replied and we had a conversation and he was a really cool dude. And companies rebrand and have to go different directions, but this guy's artwork is on your toy packaging for how long has Black Series been out? So I have a tough time throwing packaging away, and this makes it harder. All right, hold on 1 second, guys. Just gotta fix this. I think we are going to put the unboxing on hold.
Oh, what's going on?
Boog, nice.
What's up?
How are you doing, sir?
Doing good. They ain't gonna see me though. I'm working on the setup right now.
You got a sneak peek? Sneak peek for the fans?
I'm trying to get some shit together here. I'm trying to find my stand for my phone. Can you guys see?
Is that Darius?
That's a Don Cheeto head. Not that.
Okay. That wasn't racist, right?
No, not at all. It's all good.
It's not clear.
Hold on.
J Darko Customs, he says, "What's up over here in Ireland?" Cool. Very cool.
In Ireland, eh? I'm looking for my stand. One sec.
Okay, guys, this is the behind the scenes, the secret to everyone's setups. Extension cables. All right? This is a pro tip right here. Boog Nice, Kendel Gray, thank you for being here. As they say on the internet, nothing but illustrious guests. All right? If you don't know, he's the head of ACBA, and he is always, well, he's been a longtime supporter of the brand, which I think is really, really awesome. Like when I reached out to him about the shirts and the TAXHF shirts, he was nothing but welcoming. And the coolest thing that he said was that he always wanted to do something similar, but if he didn't have the time to do it, it was cool for him to support somebody who was doing it right. I don't know if you remember saying that, but that really stuck with me and kind of gave me a little motivation to keep going. So that was pretty cool of you, man.
Yeah, well, that's the thing about this community and where we are and where it's going is that it's basically a bunch of enthusiasts who have turned into a bunch of entrepreneurs. Like it's opened up a lane for so many people to do their thing and to make money and to make money doing what they love and having fun. So it's no better tagline for what you're doing than for collectors by collectors. Basically, we had talked about that too. Um,
Awesome.
but yeah, man, I think it's a wonderful space that the community is in right now, and everybody's supporting each other, and everybody's a customizer or a kit basher or got some T-shirts or got some type of merchandise that helps um, to support to support the entire community and the brand of like display artists and collectors. But we propping each other up. It's a pretty self-contained little community right now, man. So I'm excited
Absolutely.
where it is and where it could go, you know?
And the coolest part of that you imparted onto me was that I asked you, like, do you want a shirt? You can rock it at New York Toy Fair, SDCC, stuff like that. And all you said was like, yeah, man, let's do it. And then I asked if you want anything in return. You're like, no, you just did it. And your words were, we all eat, right?
Right. Absolutely.
And,
Absolutely.
and then I'm just like, yeah, you don't have to be like, oh, that guy's getting money. I don't want to talk to him. I don't want to do this and that. So in return, I've tried to support more artists, more ACBA people, more people making merch. And for the same thing, I'll repost their stuff and shout them out. And they're like, oh, thanks, man. I'm like, no, like, Boog taught me, we all eat. That's
Yeah.
it, right?
It's just that simple. Yeah, man. Yeah, man.
We're all
I'm
in a
always
community.
trying to share other people's um, art outside of their art or whatever, whatever they have going on. Um, especially in the merch shit. We talked about this too, like as it relates to merchandise, like um, as it relates to apparel, it's like, I mean, what's cooler than like a cool nerd? Like, that's another thing that this
Hmm.
community has done is like really like um, broken the stereotype or showing you that the stereotypical nerd is not what most people think. The collector is not some guy holed up in his mom's basement. Like,
Yeah.
it's a cool dude. It's a guy that might have a family. So apparel that's represents us and our styles and shit that we could match with our sneakers. I notice there's a lot of sneakerheads in the community as well, and like
Yeah.
that type of shit is cool, man. It's real cool. So more power to you, man. I want to see you do more. I want to see you do more designs, man. I want everybody to be fresh.
I have a request for a Sentinel themed do-rag.
Do it.
Is there a demand for this? I obviously, I'm not the demographic for that. So is there a demand for this?
That would be hilarious. That would be dope, actually. I could see that actually really popping popping off. That would be hilarious.
Yeah, that's like something Norman Osborn would wear.
Word.
What do you got going on in the setup here? What's the theme? Well, there's a theme,
Uh,
but what's the caption?
well, I don't know yet. I don't even know where I'm taking this, but these are all the War Machine armors that have been released through SH Figure Arts so far. So Mark 1 through 5 is what we have from SHF. And then I was messing with this little body here, which is actually an Asian dude's body, so it's not gonna really work for this head. I'm gonna have to figure out something. I don't know if you even seeing this right now. I hope you are. But yeah. So I broke out all my War Machine armors for the Hall of Armor parts. That's really supposed to go with the Iron Man armors,
Yeah.
but you don't do this too much. So I figured I'd mess around with these, and um, I wanted Rhodey to be kind of like reminiscent. I'm trying to set this up where it'll be like something that Tony set up for Rhodey in the event of his death, and it's like a recording on the helmet here, and this was like a gift to him basically.
Oh
So
wow.
so yeah, in order to make that so without me having to explain it, then I still got to do a lot of stuff for this here. So I'm mapping it out. I started it yesterday, and maybe by Saturday or Sunday I'll be done. We'll see.
I like that backstory. It kind of gave me the chills. So I'm excited to see what you're gonna add to it, like to bring that together.
Yeah, yeah, me too. I get shit in my mind, and usually I could bring it to fruition, but it takes a couple days, some brainstorming. Got to sleep on it sometimes. That's one thing that I always say, man. Patience, patience. You just got to be patient with your setups and really just map them out over time. It's not something that'll. Sometimes you'll get in that groove and you'll knock something out in a few hours and it'll be fire, but oftentimes it may be a day or two before you get it to where you need it to be. You know.
Yeah, for sure. Leave those setups on the table.
Yeah, on the table. If you gotta work, or, have that luxury, then yeah, you should absolutely um, explore it.
Yep. So one of the cool things about you, uh, is that when people talk shit, you don't directly just talk shit back. You kind of have this way of very nicely, almost like a backhanded retort. Like the other day, the guy on the main page of ACBA was made a post about saying, "Oh, you guys hate outdoor shots, and there's no love for outdoor shots. You only like fake rocks and dios and stuff." And I think your response was something, instead of saying like, I don't know, bringing him down, you're like, you know what, you just put a target on your back. You're gonna have to step up, and you did this to yourself.
Basically.
Like you always come in with this different way of thinking.
Well, one thing that I've learned about online behavior and I guess etiquette is that one thing that I try to live by is I never wanted to be too confrontational online. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'm not with it. I've been in real situations, so I never try to take this so serious that I'm angry or that, so in doing that, I try to really, I guess, parse my words and think about my responses before I respond. And I'm very forward and direct, but at the same time, try to be as respectful as I possibly can, but still firm or fair,
Yeah. Sometimes that doesn't translate well in text, and people can't handle some of the criticisms or critique.
Right, for sure. There's been plenty of instances and interactions throughout the community where that has been the case, where words, text didn't come off how I necessarily wanted it. You can't gauge stuff like that in text, but there's been plenty of times where I have actually had phone conversations with people that I've had, issues with throughout the community, and said, you know what, let's get on the phone, let's chop it up, let's talk.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, that's if you have that ability, you should definitely just reach out
Yeah.
directly to people, man. Give them a call, talk about it, whatever it is. Now, you don't always have that as an admin of or a moderator of a group, but we leave the door open. We do a lot of PMs. We do a lot of like one-on-one, just trying to come to a common understanding with people. At the end of the day, we're supposed to be having fun. That's
Yeah.
what it's all about.
Oh, so last Friday, all the Hasbro stuff, the AIM soldiers, I feel like you were kind of taking credit for that.
A little bit. I've been pushing the Army Builder train for quite some time, and at Toy Fair for them to acknowledge that and say, hey, listen, Boog, push for this, and we right there with them, that it's a good idea, and it seems to be something that you guys really want. So that has been one of the most wonderful things about Hasbro and how they've dealt with the fans and with collectors over these past 5 or 6 years or so. They have really catered to their fan base and to toy photographers, man. It's been a wonderful thing. And I think that's pretty much every company is coming around to that type of thinking and that type of MO right now.
Yeah.
So I think it's wonderful, man.
Just embrace us and we'll throw money at you. That's that's how.
Basically, I mean, it's a a mutually beneficial.
So what are you going to influence them to do next? What are you hoping to see?
I'm hoping in 2021 maybe they'll do this all Army Builder wave that I talked about, since they own the Army Builder train. Maybe they'll slow burn it and just keep giving us one Army Builder at a time and giving us the opportunity to buy it in abundance. But I would love to see them do this all Army Builder wave that I talked about at the end of last year.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe accessory packs, some things that they may do for accessories. I'd love to see some collaboration where they would put out some figure that would have some ACBA cutouts packed in with them, maybe like 3 to 5 cutouts, something real light to start with. I'd love some type of partnership as far as that's concerned, and really put the brand on a global scale, I guess. I mean, it's already global as far as displaying goes, but you know what I mean, as far as
For sure.
But yeah, I'm happy to just continue to be a way for collectors to get their voice out there and to just be able to speak directly to them and say what they want. So anytime any event is coming up, I always try to put up a video to say, hey, drop your questions here.
Yeah.
And, I'll clean up the questions and directly to them.
Marvelous Nick says, yo, ask Boog to describe how he felt when they quoted the lyrics from his intro.
I felt it was amazing. I was actually, I didn't even realize what was happening at first. It was like so surreal. But to be perfectly clear, the lyrics that they quoted were not my own lyrics. There's two versions of my, there's two intros that I have. There's one where I rap on it, and I did write those lyrics. And there's a shorter intro that I play more often than not. That's my man JC Cheddar is on that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, it still felt amazing. It was still amazing, and I hit him up pretty much while it was happening. I had tagged him in a post in the group actually. It was like, yo, they just quoted your lyrics at the Hasbro event. But yeah, that was crazy, man. It felt really good, man, and I got a big shout out to Ryan and to Dwight and to those guys. I've said this countless times already, but man, they have really shown some of us, some of the influencers in the community, so much love. You know, myself and Shardamus and Pixel Dan, and like, you know, some of these guys that's pretty well known. Hasbro has really shown them love, so that's big, man.
Yeah, Ryan was unpacking those Marvel cards on their live stream the other day. They just look like genuine fans.
Yeah, I know that they have reached out to Brandon to Posable Productions about and Brandon has sent Ryan some of his cards. So they've been looking to do something like this for a while, and they've been kind of filling it out.
The Batman articulated series, right?
Yes. Yeah, he's announced, but yeah, Batman the Articulated Series and Post Production. So, yeah.
Yeah, I grabbed a set of the X-Men cards off him, based on your "we all eat" mentality.
No doubt. I got a couple sets myself.
I got some for gifts too, actually.
But yeah, I'm definitely looking to continue to shop within the community. Like I said, I'm looking to get a diorama from anybody that I really like and respect in the game. I'm still trying to make my rounds on that. Somebody else actually just hit me up tonight about a custom neutral Apocalypse set. I'm gonna hit him up on Instagram later. You know, I'm just trying to make my rounds to anybody that's doing their thing, customizing or whatever. If you got something cool, I got some custom cloaks from a guy recently. It's actually his wife who made them, and she's making me like. But anybody, man, I will support you if the stuff is quality, and I could definitely use it in some type of setup. I will money with you. Question.
That's right. He wears the shirts, so you know he's telling the truth. He backs it up. Did you get this SHF?
Yeah, I got him. I didn't open it yet. You guys see me looking crazy?
Are you kidding me? Look at this. Look at this.
That shit.
I was in samurai mode last week.
Yeah, I was nuts. But yeah, I didn't even open that figure yet. SHF doing their thing, man. They've been doing a really good job with the Dragon Ball Z line, man. I think that's their best line right now.
So the theme of this is unboxing Thursdays. What was the last thing that you bought? The Age of Apocalypse wave?
Yes.
And are all the videos up yet? I remember the Gene.
I just put up one more today. I've got one editing. I've got the Wild Child video on
Yeah.
edit now. I can open something with you though right now. Let me see.
Oh, here we go. Exclusive. I just opened this probe droid. I don't know which end is supposed to go in. Here we go.
I never opened this.
Yep. There's mine right there.
All right, let's see.
We have an exclusive, a Boog Nice unboxing. This will go straight into his setup for his next video. Land King, that must be Gary. What's going on? While he's on, I'm going to point out my Toronto Raptors hat, the reigning champions, still undefeated. So if they do a HasLab Sentinel, are you in on that?
Oh, for sure. I got to get at least 3, right?
3. What do you think the price point would be?
That's a good question. I keep seeing people saying that they think it's going to be a master mold and not a sentinel. But I guess if they do a master mold, they would have to do at least one regular sentinel, right?
Yeah. Otherwise, why would you spend that much money on that?
How much was the Unicron?
Wasn't it like 500 US?
Was it? Was it that much? Oh shit.
I don't know. Transformers people will speak up.
Most people are a little nuts. Yeah, they'll spend a lot of money for sure. For sure. I got a few Transformers, but mostly like just the G1 Autobots and the like core Decepticons from G1.
Nendo Power says it was $600 for Unicron.
Really? Wow. All right, so that means that being that the Hasbro dudes, the Marvel Legends dudes know that that went off without it. Yeah.
Wasn't it like the last day that they needed to, I guess it's not a Kickstarter, but that they got all the money needed or backers needed?
Really? I don't know.
I think it was cutting it close. These are all the Transformers I have left from when I was a kid.
That's it, huh?
This is Bumblebee, I assume. Ice cream cone guy. Motorcycle is cool.
That is from GoBots, isn't it? Is that a Transformer?
No, there's an Autobots sticker.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, unless I put it on the wrong thing.
I'm aging myself talking about GoBots, huh?
These were all in Chinese when I got them. So, and this dump truck.
That's it. You don't have any Masterpiece stuff? For real?
No, I couldn't name you 5 Decepticons to save my life. I say this all the time.
Yeah, SF has been doing their thing, man. This Boo is really nice.
Junkticon. Yeah, so HasLab Sentinel, I definitely have to get one. And then, I guess, new shirts. Would it have lights and sounds?
Yeah. I think I think that's what I'm more excited for, actually, is to see all the, like, kibbles and bits and stuff that they add on to it, because I think it's going to be lights and sounds, and I think that it's going to be a lot of, like, little nice little Easter egg accessories and things that you could add on and stuff too, man. So I'm excited to see how they roll this out. I guess we'll know before New York Comic Con what's going on, if there is a freaking New York Comic Con, right?
How is you're in the Bronx, right?
Hmm.
How's everything there?
Um, where I live in the Bronx. I live in a place called Co-op City, so it's like a pretty contained, small community. Like, well, it's not really small, but it's we have our own police department and shit. It's like a bunch of like blue collar workers that live up here, like a lot of police people and firefighters and EMTs and shit like that. So it's a working class community. It's like a real mixed community. So here it's not too bad. It's there's a lot of old people though too. So there have been quite a few people that have died, no question about it. But I feel like everybody's behaving themselves up here. It's different as you go into different neighborhoods in New York City though. But I feel like where I live is pretty. It's been pretty chill. Um, Now, don't get me wrong. In New York in general, it's bad, but I feel like where I am, it's bearable for sure. You
That's
know,
good.
how's it
Has
been?
has
How's it with you guys out in Canada?
I've been working at home for like 10 weeks and just stores are opening up slowly. Schools are still closed. School year's done. Like,
Yeah, 2 years done for sure. Yeah, yeah,
so, and that's pretty much it.
yeah. My daughter's been in virtual schools for 2 months, I guess, right now. So, and school's about to be over for them. I guess in like another week or two, actually, they'll be done for the year. So, but they haven't been in class for almost 3 months. So,
Yeah, since March break.
mhm.
Uh, what do you think the reveals for SDCC? Has anyone reached out to you saying like this is how we're gonna do our reveals, that kind of stuff, or is it still too early?
I haven't really heard anything directly from any of the companies. I've heard that they're gonna make all of like the panels like virtual, and everybody will be able to see all of like the things that would normally be exclusive to the people that go to those panels, like
Mhm.
movie clips and stuff like that. I heard that they're gonna make all of that shit available online for everybody to see. So that should be cool. But yeah, I'm not. I guess Hasbro will do their stuff on post. I guess last week when they did the stream, that was probably like a dry run for how the
Yeah,
SDC reveals are gonna go. You know what I mean? And
they
I
did the
didn't think
Black
that
before
anybody
that.
would think, huh?
They did the Black series the week before that too.
Right. So I think that's how it'll be, and that will make it where there are no real like exclusive shit for media people, though. You know, you'll just have to get the information from there and then just hurry up and put up your video or put out your information. So that's going to change things a little bit, you know?
Yeah, that would essentially cut a lot of media and reviewer guys out.
Yep. Well,
Uh,
I suppose they'll still send shit to people, though. I'm sure they'll still send certain things out to certain reviewers and influencers and stuff like that. Hasbro in general, they've been working a lot with some of the like known like top toy photographers on Instagram and stuff. So they've been sending out quite a bit of figures to toy photographers.
are they using toy photographers in their promos now?
I don't know if they really jumped the shark as far as like doing like any official Hasbro releases with a toy photographer's photos on it, but they use them for ad campaigns all the time on Instagram. Like you'll see um, a certain person post up something and it'll literally say ad, and then they'll tag Hasbro. So Hasbro is
Yeah.
actually using toy photographers for ads and for promotion right now. But as far as putting their stuff on a package, I haven't seen that quite yet. But that's the next step. That's what's going to happen next for sure.
Because at conventions, they always throw up pictures on their PowerPoint,
Yeah.
but nothing like Mezco using or with Darius using his pics and
Yeah,
promo.
funny. I can always tell his picks too, just by his like signature like vanilla stance, how he stands his figures. I was looking at the Wonder Woman pictures yesterday, and I was like, that's got to be Darius's posing. And then somebody had tagged him on the post, and I was like, yeah.
Did you pre-order that Wonder Woman?
Nah, I passed on it actually. I think I'm passing on it for the time being, though. I think that as time draws closer for it to drop, I'll probably cop it. But I didn't. I normally order it directly from Mezco site when it
Mhm.
goes up, if I want it. But I didn't. I don't know. I don't feel like their female figures are that great, especially for being more exposed. You would
Yeah,
think the articulation would be better. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
But they still haven't put out a female buck that's that I think is acceptable for the price tag. You know?
Well, there's always the SHF Wonder Woman that was those pics came out today.
Yeah, that looks great, man. That looks very, very well. At least the head sculpt looks very, very good.
Yeah. Someone says, Boog, would you ever do a collection video?
Yeah, definitely. The first video I ever put up on YouTube was a collection video.
Yeah, but how much more have you added since then?
Shit, I don't even have all of my shit on display, but I want to. I've been saying this for like months now. I want to at least show my Marvel Legends stuff because the way I have my Legends set up right now is just basically all of the Builder figures on display, and then like a few supporting characters that would go along with that bath and the DTOF as well. But all of my DTOF displays, as far as Legends is concerned, is centered around every Builder figure from the beginning, basically.
Oh, okay. That's
So yeah,
interesting.
I think that I'm gonna do it soon. Soon I'm gonna just run through with the camera and show it. I bought cleaning supplies to clean my DTOFs like 2 weeks ago, and they just been sitting there. So once I get them cleaned up, I'm gonna show it for sure. I'll show it.
Yeah, get some LED lights.
Yeah, I have lights in my DTOFs, but two of them like burnt out, and I can't even replace the bulb no more. So I got to change the lights altogether. I don't know what happened. Um, but yeah, what was I gonna say? Yeah, it's been interesting to even see how people pimp out their DTOFs. You know what I mean? Over the years. I think I was literally like one of the first people to get a DTOF and put that shit on the map. I used to joke that IKEA should cut me a fucking check for that, but I actually got the idea from my local comic shop. They had a DTOF, and I was like, "Where'd you get that?" I've been looking for affordable like display case, and it was like, "Oh, that came from IKEA." I was like,
Hmm.
"What?" And I looked it up, and sure enough, and then after that, everybody started buying those shits, man.
But as like as much of a core item as a staple that it is, it's like it's not the most space efficient display,
Nah,
right? You put
nah.
6-inch figures and you have all that headspace. It's everyone swears by it, but still it's not the most efficient. You need risers and things hanging down to fully utilize everything.
Yeah, I've seen
Hey, baby.
people with the risers make it look cool.
You didn't go to sleep? You couldn't sleep? Well, you know what? It's 9:59. I got a minute left. So I probably got to bring her back to bed anyway. But yo, thank you so much for hopping on and chatting with me. Like we've
That
been
was
messaging for years, but we never really talk like this. Say hi.
okay. Hello, how you doing? Make sure
Emma.
Dad reads the time stories. Set you up. You gotta get the pick of your choice.
Who's your favorite superhero? 3 seconds. What's that? The Black Widow?
What?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah, we watch everything.
we're gonna have to send you a Black Widow then.
No,
Did you guys get the Gray Black Widow up there already?
yeah, I got it before. I sent it to Dave Bronx.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
I hooked him. But yes, thank you very much. I would have asked you to stay on and talk a little bit more, but obviously I have other priorities, as you would
Yeah,
understand.
I gotta get this one to bed too. Virtual